Welcome to the Eastern Idaho weather planning briefing for Sunday, December 13th. We do have a little bit more to talk about today. We are expecting snow to arrive this afternoon in the Central Mountains and then spread across East Idaho through the evening. The snow will continue overnight and into Monday morning, and the Monday morning commute to work and school may be impacted. After the system passes, there'll be a weak system Tuesday night and Wednesday for light snows in the higher elevations. And the next widespread snow event is expected to arrive late Wednesday night through Thursday and Thursday night, but the snowfall totals are expected to be mostly light at this time. Let's take a look at the satellite view across the western U.S. and eastern Pacific. And we've been looking at this system for the past several days as it has rolled through the Pacific toward us. And you can see that the low pressure system is starting to push onshore with moisture and cloud cover starting to spread through the Pacific Northwest into Idaho. Looking at the impact overview, we do have minimal impacts for the day today, generally starting this afternoon and continuing through the day Monday, mainly Monday morning. At this time, snow impacts are still expected to be minimal, but if the latest trends in the models continue to hold true through the day, we may be upgrading the impacts to moderate for the overnight hours for the main interstate corridors. You can see that brief break that we have on Tuesday with continuing minimal impacts mainly in the northeast corner of the state. And then we'll see light snow spread across the region again late Wednesday and continuing through Thursday with the main impacts over the higher elevations. Now let's dig into those snow totals. Here's the snow amount for the rest of today. This is through the afternoon. You can see light snow spreading into the western portions of the region, mainly the Central Mountains, portions of the Magic Valley, and the Southern Highlands. Snowfall totals, since they start generally mid to late afternoon, and this graphic ends at roughly 5 to 6 p.m., we can expect those snow totals to be light. However, moving into the overnight hours, continuing 5 p.m. through 5 a.m., you can see that those snows spread across the rest of eastern Idaho, and we start to see those accumulations pick up, especially through those interstate corridors and the southern and eastern highlands. We are looking for 1 to 2 inches overnight in our main interstate and travel corridors, with generally 2 to 3 inches at the higher elevations. And if the model trends continue in this direction, we may need to be thinking about some advisory headlines for our main travel areas heading into the morning, as we are expecting roads to be quite slick for the morning commute. That snow is expected to taper off through the morning into the early afternoon, but continuing light accumulations through the interstate corridors and the eastern and southern highlands at that time. We'll look through the total snowfalls for this event. You can see generally expecting 2 to 3 inches for Burley, American Falls, Pocatello, Blackfoot, Idaho Falls, Rexburg. We start to see some of those accumulations pick up again for those southern and eastern highlands where we expect the greatest impact. And in general, the mountain areas across the Central Mountains in the 1 to 2 inches with some slightly higher amounts for the higher elevations. Looking ahead through the rest of the week, again, we have that brief break with the next widespread light snow event generally in the Thursday time frame, but we are expecting these unsettled conditions to continue. This graphic for the 6 to 10 day precipitation goes from Friday through Tuesday, and we are looking at the potential for another more significant snow event arriving late in the weekend for the early part of next week. As this pattern has been fairly active and quite unsettled with continued periods of light snow across the region, we'll be watching this closely as it comes through toward the end of the week, and we'll have more updates on those snow totals for those systems at that time. Again, one more glance at the impact summary. We do have a Snowmaker arriving this afternoon in the western portions of East Idaho and spreading across the remainder of the region through the evening. And with the snow totals expected during the overnight, the Monday morning commute may be impacted, so everyone needs to be prepared for slick driving conditions in the morning. We'll have that weak system Tuesday night and Wednesday for light snow, mainly in the higher elevations. And the next widespread snowmaker is expected late Wednesday night through Thursday night. But again, those snow totals with that system are expected to be mostly light. So we urge everyone to be careful when they're getting out and about. Be prepared for some winter driving conditions for the early part of the work week. If you have any questions about the content or delivery of the briefing, please feel free to contact us via the information you see on the screen. And thank you for joining us today.